Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we do have 4 very important topics to talk about in today's video. We are first going to start with Bayern Munich being interested in signing Frenkie De Jong. Then we're going to be moving on to Barcelona looking for a new center back. Then we are going to be moving on to Victor Font and him explaining the sporting project he does have in hand for Ronald Koeman. And then lastly, we are going to be talking about Coutinho'S fitness updates and if he will be available for the next match against Levante. So starting with Bayern Munich and Frenkie De Jong. And it says here, according to Moises Llorens, Bayern will remain and are still interested in signing Frenkie De Jong, but sources say that the chances of the player leaving are very minimal. Then he continues to say that there's less than a 1% chance he joins Bayern in the immediate future. So I want to point out 2 things, right? Because when we talk about Bayern trying to get at De Jong, this is always going to remain as a serious topic for us Barcelona fans. So what I do want to do is talk about 2 things. The first one is the only reason why they say that there is a 1% chance that De Jong could move to Bayern Munich, it is only because of Barcelona. Barcelona is the reason why it will remain as a 1% chance of this transfer even happening, because Barcelona do not want to sell Frenkie De Jong. And we have heard time and time again that De Jong is considered as a untouchable for FC Barcelona. And you better believe that when the new board does come in, whether it's Laporta, Victor Font, Xavi Hernandez, they are going to be wanting to retain Frenkie De Jong for the long-term future. The other point is this: Bayern Munich right now are looking for a new central defensive midfielder. And so yes, it's true that Bayern Munich are missing a brand new central defensive midfielder. They currently do have Javi Martinez, who is aging by the minute, and he will be out soon. So Bayern are going to be in the lookout. And those are going to be the reasons why Bayern Munich are going to continue to loom around Frenkie De Jong's name. And by no question do I believe that De Jong is going to become a monster at Bayern, because unlike Barcelona, Bayern Munich is a team that does have a proper strategic plan for every player they do bring in. But as of now, it is safe to say that De Jong will not move anywhere. Barcelona are going to want to retain Frenkie De Jong, and I believe that Frenkie De Jong himself does want to stay at Barcelona for at least the next 4 to 5 years. Moving on to the next topic, and we are going to be talking about Barcelona trying to bring in a new center back. So we do have some very interesting details. It says here, according to Miguel Rico, other than Garcia, the club has also been following another defender, who is Marcial Bobacar Camara, who is 21 years old. He continues to say that scouts have watched him play and they are not doubting his quality and level. The new directive will make decisions on the signings and renewals. So here's the thing, right? In this report, it does state that Barcelona are currently looking for a brand new defender, right? They did say other than Eric Garcia, they are looking to bring in a player named Camara. And to be very honest, I have not heard too much about this player, but what I can tell you is this: Camara has played as a central defensive midfielder 99% of the time in the French league. He has only played as a center back twice, and within those times he has played as a center back, it has been no more than 15 minutes. And knowing Barcelona, knowing the type of club we are today, we do have to make the right transfers and spend extremely wisely. And if Barcelona are going to go with the idea of trying to convert a central defensive midfielder to a center back, it could happen. But here's the thing: the fee for this player is around 25 to 30 million euros, which I do not believe is reasonable for a club like Barcelona, because if we were to pay a fee such as 25 million euros to 30 million euros, then try and bet on this player to work or not within that position, I just don't think it's reasonable. I don't think that it makes sense. I do think that our money can go somewhere else. And so as of now, I'm going to have to rule this transfer off. But keep in mind, do not be surprised if we do hear this name later in the coming months. Moving on to the next topic of today, and we are going to be talking about Victor Font. So Victor Font has been making a lot of noise lately. We have seen his posters surrounding Barcelona. It is quite clear that Victor Font is going through a heavy promotion right now, and he did have an interview with Rack 1, and he said this: from day one, if we govern, we will apply the structure we worked on, and we'll do it with Ronald Koeman as coach. The changes will give stability to the club, and already with an organization chart, we will start working on the following season. And so when this interview did come out, many have asked and said, does Victor Font want Ronald Koeman when he does come in? Because we already know that Victor Font is hell-bent for Xavi Hernandez. And look, that's fine. That's fine, right? It's okay to hear that Victor Font is so obsessed with his current plan that it does come to a point where he does want to repeat himself and try to execute it as soon as possible. And so here's the thing. Victor Font has said time and time again that Xavi Hernandez is going to come regardless of what does happen. It's almost inevitable. So how does that make sense? Because he literally just said that Koeman will be the coach of FC Barcelona when he does come in. So it's almost like he's contradicting himself. And I'm going to try and explain this the most simplest way possible. Here's what I believe Victor Font is trying to do. I do think that one of his other options besides Xavi being the full-time coach is that he is going to keep Ronald Koeman as coach and then have Xavi Hernandez lead the sporting project if he does take over. So Xavi Hernandez doesn't necessarily have to be the coach. And I do know that it's very difficult to understand that, but the best way I can picture this is, let's just say for example, Ronald Koeman does want Memphis Depay. I do think that Xavi is going to come into that transfer negotiation and say, look, we know that Memphis Depay is extremely good. We know that he's going to work extremely well with you, Ronald Koeman. But I think that because your coaching position is not safe at the moment and we don't know if you're going to be here in about 2 or 3 months, I don't think that Memphis Depay is going to be a good signing for the long-term future. Because if Ronald Koeman does leave and Memphis Depay does remain in Barcelona, now Xavi Hernandez is going to be stuck with this player knowing that he never wanted him in the first place. And that is the last thing you want to do within this club of FC Barcelona. That is what you call poor project planning, because if we look at today, right, if we look at the present of Barcelona, there are many players in this club that does not fit Ronald Koeman's plans. I'm not going to name any players, but right now what Koeman is trying to do is that he's trying to find a system that does fit all players. That is what you call a poor project plan. Xavi Hernandez wants to get away from that idea, and what he wants to do alongside Victor Font is protect the plan for the long-term future, so there doesn't have to be any long-term headaches in about 12 to 14 months. And that is what you call a great project plan. And that is what I believe is going to happen if Ronald Koeman does remain as the coach of Barcelona. Xavi is going to be coming no matter what. It's almost inevitable. He is going to be playing a part in this sporting project, but that's about it. That is what it's going to look like if Koeman does stay in charge. Moving on to the next topic of today, which is the last topic of today, and it is going to be about Felipe Coutinho. So, yesterday, there has been a report that did come out stating that Coutinho has encountered a minor injury. And keep in mind, Coutinho just came back from a 2 to 3 week injury. And it says here, according to Rack 1, this is just in, Coutinho has trained with the group and he did train with them normally. Then we also have another report coming from Javi Miguel, and he has stated that Coutinho had completed today's session without any setbacks or problems. Everything does indicate that he will be available for the match against Levante. So first things first, I still think that we should take precaution on Felipe Coutinho, because the fact that he did come back after a long-term injury, which was about 2 or 3 weeks, and we are now sitting here knowing that Coutinho has just encountered another injury, and he does play in that match against Levante, he is bound to encounter another injury, and it makes no sense to force him in. I do think that there is still a problem going on with Coutinho's body, and this is the second time we have heard a report like this, because about a week ago we have heard that Dembele has also encountered another injury, which means that he is going to be out for about 2 or 3 weeks. And keep in mind, he just came back from a 7th month injury. And I do think that we are seeing a pattern going on with these Barcelona players. I do think that there needs to be a better medical team, but that's going to be a whole other different topic for another video. But now knowing that Coutinho could encounter another injury, there is no better time to implement a player in his position, which is Riqui Puig. I do think that this is a time where Riqui Puig can get his minutes. And so hopefully, knowing that Coutinho is not in his best form, Riqui Puig does get some minutes. But that is where we do stand right now with Barcelona, economically and sportingly. Keep in mind, I am going to be making a pre-match preview for the match between Barcelona and Levante, so stay tuned for that. Then we are going to be doing a post-match review for this match after the match is over. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.